Hi guys, this is Bill and Melissa. We are back this week, and we have had a okay week. I'm not going to lie. So we're heading into our week 4 right now, right? Week 1 was rocking on fire. Week 2 stayed on fire. Week 3 was a physical struggle. We didn't really want to do it because we were exhausted, absolutely exhausted. We have several projects going on in this COVID-19 situation. We have a son that's graduating, and we're trying to make that the best graduation that we possibly can with the situation that we're currently in. So with that said, yeah, we've had our ups and downs. So coming into this week, week 4, tell us about week 4, Mel. What does that mean, week 4? So
for us, like for me personally, when we were talking about it this week, I kind of feel like we're at a crossroads. I don't know if that makes sense, but I kind of feel like a lot of times when you're doing like a health challenge, or you're on a diet plan, or you're doing something like that, usually about week 4, week 5, you start to kind of get into this rut of, I just don't know if I want to continue this. If I'm not seeing results, then I just want to quit. And or you're at the crossroads where you're like, I'm at that like pushing point where I'm ready to like dive in, keep going, continue the journey. So kind of we're at this crossroads. I know for me personally, when I don't see results, I feel like I have to quit and start over the whole thing. And that's a struggle for me. So for me, it's like, maybe I'm not feeling as energetic as I thought I would, or, I'm not seeing the health results that I want, or I'm not making the changes that I want. And so a lot of times I'll just quit and start over. And so I've probably created that cycle of Chinese insanity for the last 10 years, where it's like I start strong and I'm like, I'm not really seeing results. Let's change up the program. And so that's what a crossroads is. We're at a crossroads of, am I going to continue in my journey and keep pushing forward, or am I going to quit and start over and try to find something else that's going to work better? And so that's kind of where I feel like I personally am. Is just kind of that crossroads. Do I want to continue? Do I want to quit and start over? I'm really at a struggling point at this moment.
We've been doing well. We've increased our water intake quite a bit. So a lot of water, and probably have totally have reduced the amount of coffee intake that we're taking.
Yeah, for sure.
Our eating habits are not where we need to be. That's what this focus is this week. Our focus is on our eating habits. We have a few meals we do very well at. Breakfast, we do excellent at. Lunch, it's quick and in a hurry, and that's the problem, So we got to stop the quick and in a hurry stuff, and we got to get down to the nitty gritty and start being more prepared for lunches and dinner, and that's where it gets us. The cool thing is, though, is we have eliminated a lot of our snacking, which is pretty cool. So we're not snacking as much. It used to be an ongoing situation, snack all the time. And so this morning we had to sit and stop for a second and reevaluate our why. I'm just going to keep it real with you. My why is because I have 5 kids, okay? And I want to be here to walk my daughters down the aisle. I don't want to be a broke down parent. I don't want to be the parent that my kids have to look after a lot sooner than they should have looked after. I want to be a active, healthy grandparent, when the time comes. Not anytime soon, hopefully, not anytime soon, but when the time comes. So we definitely want to get our act together. Now, here's the crazy thing is, why is not because we're not happy. Now, we're not happy with this area of our life, but we sat down and talked about this yesterday, is that we are very happy with our life. We're happy with each other. We're happy with, our home and the situation that is, we're ultimately pretty happy. God's been very good to us. And with that said, the one area that we feel like that we are failing in is not because of lack of being happy. Yeah. So my ambition is not to have this beach body, My ambition is not to look good and do it for all the wrong reasons, which is a little arrogance and trying to, be suave Fabio, whatever. Yeah. And that's not the goal. The goal for our why is to be here for a long time and to be healthy. So you got to really kind of look at your why. So I'll let you talk a little bit more about your why. What's your why?
I agree with you on the why part of I want to be a generation changer. You know, I look at my family history, and really, it's unhealthy. We didn't eat good, growing up. A lot of illnesses, a lot of diseases that run in our family history. You know, like diabetes and kidney disease and just all these things. And as I'm getting older and as the weight keeps packing on, it scares me. It literally scares me. And so my why is similar to Bill's, is that I want to be a generation changer. I want to be healthy. I want to be able to, be active. And, when the kids are gone, I don't want to be spending our time, now that the kids are all gone, being sick and paying hospital bills and doing all those things. I want to be traveling. I want to ride a motorcycle. I want to, spend time with our grandkids and do all those things. But if we're sick and unhealthy, or we feel uncomfortable with ourselves because of the condition that we're in with our weight, that is a struggle. And so for me, like, my why has to be my motivating factor. It has to be every time I go to put something in my mouth, I have to stop and think, is this worth it? Is this going to push me further to my goal, or my why, or is it going to push me farther into continuing the cycle of unhealthiness that I'm trying so hard to break?
Absolutely. The cool thing is that we can do it. I mean, we absolutely can do it. We've pushed our kids so hard to say, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And I know we can do it. So I'm down. Ultimately, when I started this journey, guys, you don't know this, I was about 327 pounds is where I was at. I did go below the 300-pound mark this week, which was very exciting. So that was some results, but still yet not the results that I want. I'm not happy there. I want to keep going until I'm healthy. So like I said, make sure your motives are correct. In the assets of making sure that the return that you're trying to get is not feeding your ego. I mean, that stuff won't last. But if you look at the future and you say, man, I just want to be healthy, that's something you could buy into. That's something that'll last. That is something that makes sense. And not only that, but we're leaders of our house. I mean, we're leading our kids. And our grandkids are going to look to grandma and grandpa, and you'd never want this to come out of their mouth. Well, they do that. Now, that's a problem, So we want to be a positive leader, positive role model to our kids, and showing our kids that you can do this. I don't want our kids to walk the path that we've walked. So when it comes to eating,
Yeah, or just have that constant struggle of feeling like every time you look at yourself in a picture, you're like, oh my gosh, I look so frumpy, or I look heavy, or why am I the fattest person in the room? Or, I don't want them to have it, but at the same time, I also don't want them to be vain and anything like that. So it's just that continuing. So if we want to be generation changers, it starts with us. It starts with us breaking those habits, those old habits that have got us to this point, and pushing, good habits and letting our kids see that. So that becomes their way of life, so that when they're raising kids, it becomes their way of life. And it's a healthy cycle. It's not a continuing a bad cycle.
Mm-hmm. Something that'll stick. Something that'll last generation to generation. With that said, we have been doing really good on our water. You care to show everybody?
Yeah.
All right, so we went and got these.
These are amazing cups, by the way.
Yeah, great cups. Keeps the water cold. We're doing about 5 of these a day, and a lot of people go, I know you're supposed to drink, what half of your body weight or something like that?
Yeah, they say recommend a gallon a day or half your body weight in ounces. Mm-hmm. I would drown.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're so what we're doing is we're doing 5, okay? This is a lot better than what we did before, because I would do probably, no lie, 6, 7 cups of coffee a day. Yeah, you heard that. That's like the poster child for unhealthy. In addition to pop, everything but water. I used to say to myself, I hate water. Well, actually, the cool thing is I'm actually starting to like water. So it's enjoyable. Everybody's like, it's not the taste. It's just, it's just better for you. So what if I'm getting hungry, Mel? We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. A lot of times that, you feel like you're hungry, but it really is probably that you are just thirsty. And so we really tried that this week when we're hungry during the day, like a snacking time or something like that. We did grab a cup of water, and I think for me personally, it fills me up so that I'm not thinking about snacking. But something I do in my water, Bill hates it. He's like, it's gross, but is I use my doTERRA oils in it. So I'll put lemon, lime, whatever I have that day. I put it in there, and it just kind of helps. It's giving you that beneficial of, the lemons help detoxifying you and cleansing you while you're still increasing your water intake. So I do that. I just think it helps.
Absolutely. So what's the goal for this week? We're gonna make it quick. I know we're getting on up on time.
Yes.
So what's the goal for this week?
So we are going to continue to drink our water, and then we are eliminating eating out, delivery, fast food.
Period. No fast food. No delivery. Period.
Right.
Done.
So
Squashed. Kibosh. Because go I can order healthy. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to be organized. We're going to put our meals together, and we're not going to do that.
Yeah, so that's what our goal this week is. And it's a challenge because a lot of times you're like, hey, we're on a break or something, like, hey, let's run out and grab something really quick. But it's not helping. The only thing it's contributing is to our unhealthiness, and that's an old habit that we need to break. We did really well during this quarantine time, but we need to get better.
100%.
So that is what we're continuing to add. Each week we're continuing to add that one step, and this is our step this week. And so hopefully we'll keep going.
All right, guys. Well, hang in there. Stay tuned next week. Hopefully we have better results. For more results, we'll see what happens. So we're on our grind. We're doing our thing. We're going to keep getting better. Remember, one step at a time, not multiple steps at a time. So you can find us on Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah,
like,
YouTube.
share, and comment.
Yeah, like, share, comment.
Drink your water.
Yeah, that stuff. With that said, all right, guys, hang in there. Keep fighting.